Hello, this is Craig. This is our fourth installment of creating a movie title screen, an animated movie title screen in After Effects. So the first couple of videos, or the first three videos, we animated the intro title, and that's the intro title that we're going to be using in the beginning and the end. And we learned how to render that so it was its own separate movie clip. So now we're going to put together an entire tutorial video in here and show you how to compile the video demonstration from that with the title pieces and also a little subscribe to me now video at the end as well. So we'll be putting together 4 different clips. So we'll start with a new project, and in the new project let's look under new composition, and we will title this let's call this tutorial 4 because I know this is tutorial 4, and the same screen size pops up for the HD, which is the 1920. As we found, the background doesn't really matter because we're going to pull it in from the other videos. So we'll click OK, and for the duration right now I think I'll set this at 15 minutes, and we'll have to change that as we see how long everything is. But we'll start with 15 minutes in the timeline. Okay, so I have our basic screen set up and our project set up with this composition. And now what we'll do is we'll go to File. And the first thing we want to import is we'll go to Import File. We want to pull in that title sequence, that animated title sequence. So I'm going to find that in here, and that should be the Craig Kuntz title screen. This is an MP4. If I click my space bar, you'll get a little preview of this. So this is the animated piece that we want to put in there. Only 3 seconds long. So I'll click this and click Open. And now that will put this in here. And I will take this and add it, drag it down here, just click and drag, add it to the timeline. And that puts it as the very beginning piece in the timeline. So if I click to play, that will show up first, and then it will start to progress through the other 15 minutes. Hit my space bar again and we'll go back to the beginning. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to add the other videos. Excuse me. So I'm going to go to Import again, File, and this will be, going to back up here. In here I have, like, this is the first animated movie, this is the second, and the third one's in progress. But let's just take the second, which is the MP4 that I've already made. I actually made this in Camtasia, which doesn't really matter. You could shoot this, this could be a .mov, it could be a video that you shoot on your digital camera, your DSLR. So I have this chunk of, or this clip in here that I want to add. I'll click on that and open that. You see that adds that to this area. I'm going to drag that down. I'm going to let that fall in after this. So the clip now is, this is the main tutorial for the second tutorial video that you probably already watched before this one. Now down here I'm going to zoom in until I get pretty close there. All I want to do now is move this over so that this starts playing after the clip, the intro title clip. So now if I push my spacebar, it goes through this, and then it will start in on that tutorial. Welcome back. Oh, look, I grabbed the wrong video. Well, this is a good learning tool. I grabbed one that was already made. So I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to delete that. Up here, I'm going to delete that as well, and I simply select it and type delete. So now with this highlighted, I'm going to go back, import file, and see if I can find the right one here. I want to have the Camtasia, yes, the one that I made in Camtasia. This is kind of the raw one. Let's just start with the first one here. This is the very first one, and this is the tutorial demonstration that I used for the first one. I record these in Camtasia. It's kind of like a screen capture video and audio program. And then I export them from Camtasia as an MP4 so that I can use them in After Effects. It's a nifty program, pretty inexpensive, costs only $200. So this again could be a video that you uploaded into your computer from your digital camera or from a high-end video camera. So I'll click open. The same thing happens. It adds it here. I drag it down into the timeline. Now I will move this over just by clicking and dragging. And now I bring my scrubbing bar back here, type the space bar. This zooms through.
Welcome.
And now it starts into the tutorial, which is what I want to do. So you see how easy this is to build and kind of move your clips in here and make the tutorials. I'm going to click back here. I did also make, I'm going to import another file. I made this subscription file, and let's see if I can find it in here. I'm not seeing it in here. I wonder if I accidentally threw it away. Hold on one second. Let me try to find that. Hang on one second. It was not in the trash. I see that I just put it in the folder one up from here. So this is another project I did, just a small little clip in Camtasia that shows me kind of asking them to subscribe to the YouTube. I want to put this in at the end of every video, right before the ending title sequence. So I'm going to click on this. Please subscribe. It's an MP4 already because I exported this from Camtasia. Again, this could be from your digital SLR. Type the spacebar just to show you. This is a video that shows my YouTube page, and then I also show them my my website. So we will go back and we'll find this. Let me go back into After Effects, and if I just back up one file folder here, I have that in here. Please subscribe. Click open, and that shows up in here. I drag it down here. Now this I'm going to zoom out of the timeline. I want to move this way to the end. And you'll see that I put 15 minutes in here. I'm going to move this in right to the end of the clip that I already made. So now I have in the timeline, if you look at this, we have our intro kind of title sequence here. We have the whole, looks like about 13 and some minutes tutorial that I created in Camtasia, saved as an MP4 and brought that in. And then I have please subscribe, and I show them the website on here and YouTube. And the last thing I want is this movie clip from the beginning repeated at the end. So all I have to do is go up here. This is called the CK title screen. I'm going to drag that down again. So I will have two of these, one at the beginning and one at the end. So in order to grab this, I have to zoom in a little bit here. And now I can move this all the way to the end. I'm going to drop it in right at the end of this one. Now I'm going to move my scrubber bar right to the very end of this, right here. And I see right here that that is 13 minutes, 48 seconds. I'm going to write that down. So this 13:48:05, that's where I want my video to end. So I'm going to go up to my composition and composition settings, and I'm going to change this. I had 15 minutes in here. I'm going to put in exactly 13:48:05. So that's how long my video will last. If I click OK, you'll see this shorten up from 15 to here. And now this spans, if I reduce this down, that spans the entire length of my video, the entire tutorial with the 2 opening and closing clips and the subscribe to me clip totals 13 minutes and 48 seconds. So now I'm done. I am going to save this, and I guess I probably should have done that a little bit earlier. And I want to save this as a project. This is the first one, so I want this to be the animated movie title project 1. And just for our demonstration purposes, I'm going to type new on here because I'm just making this now. And well, actually, no, I'm going to name this final because this is everything together. And I will simply click save. So now I'm saving this as an After Effects project. Now, the last thing to do will be to render this, and we'll render this entire piece here. So I'm going to make sure that I click down here in my timeline. We're going to do the same thing we did before when we rendered just the title sequence. We'll go to Composition. I'm going to go to Add to Adobe Media Encoder Queue. Wait a little bit while this pushes everything over to the media encoder, and it will open up in there. I won't run through the entire, or let it run through the entire media encoder, because that will take probably about 15, maybe 20 minutes. But at least want to see you, or show you how it pops over there. So you can see the other ones we did before are up here. This picked up on the same preset, the YouTube 1080p HD. We're using this H.264. It shows this is ready. And the tutorial 4 is what I had previously named this, which will that's fine, we can always change it after. And then I simply click Start the Queue. This will render it, and you'll see it start to progress down here. Now, as soon as it starts, you'll see that this is going to be a good chunk of time, 13 minutes. So the time elapsed here is 5, remaining about 28 minutes, hovers around there. So we'll end the tutorial here, and all you have to know is that we'll let this run, let it render that video, and when it's done, I can hide this, I can hide all of these. When it's done, it will show up inside of this folder where it'll say a CK video intro, but it'll rename it what it was, and it will show up inside of there as an MP4. Then this MP4, in our next video, after I'm done rendering this, I'll take you into YouTube and show you how I upload that video into my YouTube account and then make it available for people to view. I'll also show you how I can embed that into my website as well. So that will be the next tutorial on this. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more tutorials here, I also have a lot of tutorials over on craigkuntz.com. So go there and check out tutorials on graphic design, woodworking, and web design. Thank you.